Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi guys, how you guys doing? Welcome to our morning show, the daily sports update. And here's Ronnie. I'm rubbing my hands because it's a little bit cold this morning. No, boys and girls, what a show we're going to have today. Lots to get into. My dear, I actually didn't think it was going to be this much, but I've hardly looked into the chat because I've prepared so much. But let's have a look what's coming up. Of course, we're going to talk about the skiing. I can't let the Austrians off the hook. No way. Then we have Champions League, Premier League, Euro League, Conference League. The NBA had a full round. Every team in the NBA played last night because the All-Star game is coming up on the weekend. We did have the first game in the NHL of the new All-Star format that is a country tournament, 4-country tournament. Of course, we've got to talk about the cricket. I've just got an eye on there. I see the Indians, the Pakistanis are all in the house, so we will talk about cricket. Then we'll go around the world. We've got to talk about biathlon, about darts. We've got to talk about so many things. So I hope you guys are all ready for a great show. I'm pumped. I'm psyched. For a Thursday morning, I'm actually doing quite well. Normally this time of the week, it starts hitting me all the work and the sleepless nights. But let me just check the chat before we go anywhere. Just want to have a look. Lawrence is in the house. Vernistel, Dion, Alvin, Ritter, Antoine, AKD, Rambo, Howie, Surena, Rambo, Rose Garden. Who else? Belinda, Peter, Katie, Gupta. I had Anton, I had Katie, and Ronnie. Yeah, there you go. So, hey, a lot of you in the house this morning. And Bernie's in the house as well. So, hey, you guys have a great morning. Have a great morning. And remember, always be safe. But the show's not over because I always say that at the end. So stick with me. Look, we are going to start. Only one place to start, and that is at the Skiing World Championships. Now, to all my Austrian friends, please sit down. Make sure you are sitting, not standing, because you will fall over. I mean, I heard in Austria, all the lights went out last night. Like at about 8 o'clock, the whole country was silent. It was all dead there. They are in mourning. I think all Austrians are wearing black this morning because let's start with the ski results. And doesn't that look beautiful? That looks beautiful. What's that? Velvet? No, that's velvet. It's gold, silver, and bronze. All to the Swiss. I just love it. I love it. So let's get straight into it. These two boys, Franco van Aalen and Luke Meyer, they won the gold for Switzerland. But, it would be unfair to put them out there on their own because, listen here, our boys were just dominant. There's just Swiss everywhere you look. Jawohl, as the Austrians would say. And I say service to all the Austrians. Look, the gold medal went to Franco van Aalen and Luke Meyer. And the silver medal went to Alexis Monet and Tanguy. And our Rolls-Royce team, Rogentin and Rocha, that's Stefan Rogentin and Mark Rocha, they came in third. And if nobody understands it, they all Swiss. We dominated the podium. The last time this happened was in 1987 at the World Championships, also in Switzerland, in Crans-Montana, where Peter Müller, Pirmin Zurbriggen and Karl Alpiker took the whole podium for Switzerland. So, but I think it's going to happen again. I'm looking forward to the next races because in the giant slalom, I think we could do another three-peat. I think we could do a three-peat. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves here in Switzerland, but I think they're going to call a national holiday soon. I mean, this is ridiculous. What's even more ridiculous? Let's have a look at that medal table because that medal table looks beautiful. And look, Austria, you are even highlighted out there. You are highlighted. You are in third spot. I highlighted you. But the Swiss, we have 3 golds already, 3 silver and 2 bronze. I mean, we are doing phenomenally well. Let's see what our ladies can do today. They need to catch up a little bit, because we are for equality. We are for equality here on this channel. We want to include everybody. So our men have done so well. We want our ladies to do so well as well. So let's have a look at that. So the skiing this morning, if anybody has a little bit of time, that's going to be around about, I think, 10 o'clock this morning. The giant slalom from the ladies will start. So, hey, check that out if you want to see skiing perfection. The Swiss are on the slopes, don't worry. Then let's get into some Champions League. While that comes up, I'm just going to have a look into Too easy this skiing. Yes, Hauptschwitz. Yeah, I'm telling you. We are fantastic, man. Fantastic. Everything's wonderful. We're making Switzerland great again. I'm loving it, and I know, the Austrians, I feel for you boys. But let's get into the Champions League. There was Champions League last night. The top 4 results I told you yesterday about those. But last night, Brugge beat Atalanta. For me, quite a little bit of a surprise, 2-1. AS Monaco against Lisbon. They lost 0-1 at home, Monaco to Lisbon. So good result for Lisbon going back home. Celtic against Bayern was a nice game. I watched a little bit of that. I thought Celtic, as usual, fought with a lot of heart. But Haggis didn't do it today. They lost 2-1 to Bayern. And Feyenoord upset AC Milan 1-0. But all those games are still, anybody can go through. Anybody can go. Let me take a sip of my tea this morning because I've got to get through a lot of talking. Then tonight, the EuroLeague, and people say, where's Manchester United? We've already qualified for the next round. So Midtjylland will take on Sociedad, Fenerbahce will take on Anderlecht, Ferencváros will take on Victoria Pilsen, Wern's favorite team, Union St. Galois will take on Ajax Amsterdam, Alkmaar against Galatasaray, Porto and Roma will meet each other, FC 20 against Bodo Glimt, and PAOK Saloniki against FCSB, that is basically Steaua Bucharest. So those are the games tonight in the EuroLeague. And because we don't discriminate for lesser competitions, we will add in the Conference League there quickly. I'm not going to run through all those teams. That's the teams in the Conference League, and there's another extra 4 games. So there's 8 games in the Conference League, 8 games in the EuroLeague. A lot of games to get through. I will update you tomorrow morning on all the results and what happened. Then there was one game in the Premier League last night, and it was a special game. It was Everton against Liverpool, known as the Merseyside Derby. 2-2. Looked like Liverpool were going to win it, but then this man, James Tarkowski, or as Sean Dyche was saying, James Tarkowski, he scored in the 97th minute to equalise for Everton, which I find really cool because it was the last Merseyside derby ever to be played at Goodison Park. Yes, after 118 years, got to get rid of that one. After 118 years, or something like that, they are leaving Goodison Park. They started the first game in 1892. Let me put up a picture there of Goodison Park. In 1892, the first game was played there. It has a capacity of 40,000, but there was a Merseyside derby in 1948. They managed to pack in 78,000 into a 40,000 seater stadium. Don't know how they did that. This is the most played ground in all of English football for the top flight. So if you were the older First Division or the Premier League, Everton has always been in the toppest flight. They've never been relegated. So the most games in English football have been played at Goodison Park. But that's done. They're moving to a brand new stadium, and that part of history is over. But I think they finished off there at Goodison in a very good way for the last Merseyside derby. Yes, they will play in the rest of the games this season still in that stadium, but what a way to finish off the Merseyside derby for them. Then not to forget, this weekend you will be joining, or you can be joining me and Wern on Sunday. We're going to have Spurs against Manchester United. Interesting game. 2 teams looking to fight off relegation. Jesus, that goes hard off my tongue. Relegation. How can I say relegation? Oh my God. Then we have the NBA. A lot of games in the NBA last night. A lot of games in the NBA. Let me get my NBA sheet out here because I got to tell you about all the games within the NBA. All right. So look, last night the Spurs and the Celtics faced off. Celtics won 116-103. Jason Tatum with 32 points. The Hornets lost 86-102 to the Magic. Paolo Banchero 24 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. The Pacers, in a high-scoring game in overtime, beat the Wizards 134-130. Jordan Poole with 42 points for the losing Wizards. The 76ers 96, the Nets 100. The Hawks and the Knicks, they battled it out. They went all the way into overtime, 148-149. Trey Young, 38 points, 19 rebounds for the Hawks. And Karl Anthony Towns, 44 points and 10 rebounds for the Knicks. Cavaliers beat the Raptors 131-108. The Pistons, a lot of games to get through, beat the Bulls 128-110. The Bucks beat the Timberwolves 103-101. The Kings beat the Pelicans 119-111. Zion Williams, 2 back-to-back good games, 33 points for Zion. The Heat, come on Heat, 101-115. They lost to the Thunder. The Suns lost to the Rockets 111-119. The Nuggets beat the Trailblazers 132-121. Jamal Murray, 55 points. What an outstanding performance. The Lakers lost 119-131 to the Jazz. Markkanen there with 32 points. Luka not quite up to speed yet. They kind of got him on minutes restrictions there with the Lakers. Only played 23 minutes. They're trying to ease him into the squad. The Warriors lost 107-111 to the Mavericks. What an interesting game. I just watched the last minutes of that game. Kyrie Irving with 42 points, looking good. And the Grizzlies lost the Clippers 114-128. I will give you that result straight away as well on the screen. So, because we have a lot of NBA today, there was two blocks there. Like I said, the Clippers did beat the Grizzlies. That just finished about 2-3 minutes ago, so don't worry about that. So the NBA's, they're going to have a big break now. The next games will be next Wednesday because we do have the All-Star weekend, and I might do a little NBA update before there, so stay tuned and check that out. But listen, we've got to get into a lot of players that played well yesterday. Got to get into a lot of players that played well. We're going to start off with Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, he had 42 points. Well played, the young man from the Wizards. Then Karl Anthony Towns, he had 44 points. Trey Young, 38 points and 19 assists. Unbelievable, 19 assists, that's great. Kyrie Irving, can't forget Kyrie. What did Kyrie have? 42 points. But the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, Jamal Murray, he had 55 points. So they're all going to get a star from us today. So I'm just going to put them in that bracket altogether. Otherwise, we're never going to get through the show today. But well played. 5 stars, we can say today. 5 stars. So we'll take them off quickly. There we go. And then we get into ice hockey. That's that. Oh, yeah, Jordan Poole. Don't want to hang around. Ice hockey, there is that new format for the All-Star game in the US. It's a 4 nations tournament, and it started off last night with Canada against Sweden. And the Canadians won 4-3. I'll put up the stats there. This is how the game went. It went all the way to overtime, and in overtime, Mitch Marner, he scored the winning goal for the Canadians. So, that should be an interesting tournament. I think I'm going to try to watch the final. I might even do a watch-along. I like ice hockey a lot. Tonight, the USA and Finland, they battle out, the other 2 teams in that group. So let's see what happens there. Then some sad news if you're Warren Gatling. He got fired yesterday from Wales. Look, it was inevitable. They have lost 14 international rugby games in a row. They are as good in rugby as Austria are in skiing. Sorry, that wasn't even funny. That wasn't funny. Hey, Austrian friends, love you. We'll be coming back on holiday really soon to Austria. Get the strudel ready for me when I come. I don't know if I can. Are we allowed to drive over the border to Austria with Swiss flags hanging out the car? Oh, I better not do that. I'm already banned in Australia, so I don't want to get banned in Austria too. But no, Warren Gatling, look, I think he's a great coach. I just think I don't care who coaches Wales at the moment. They are just cuck. And look, he's not to blame for that. I mean, listen here. You can't turn shit into wine, or it's just not possible. Or if you give somebody a boerewors, you can't make a Chateaubriand out of it. I mean, it's just not possible. So I feel for him a little bit. Don't forget, on the weekend, all the UFC, the URC, the Rugby Championship Cup is back on. All the games will be on. And we have obviously 2 games that we're going to do live. as usual, we do our South Africans. So it's going to be the Lions against the Stormers. Please join us. You can see Wern have a nervous breakdown. And then, of course, the Bulls against the Mighty Sharks. That should be an interesting one. I actually think the Bulls are going to win this one, but I get to wear my brand new shirt on Saturday, so I think that's going to bring the Sharks some luck. And, we do have Sia Kolisi, but they got Cameron Hanekom. I think he's the new superstar in South African rugby. Now, to all of the subcontinent, we're going to get into some cricket here. We're going to start with South Africa against Pakistan, and Pakistan won by 6 wickets with 6 balls to go. So it was a very close game, but Pakistan did win that one, and congratulations to the Pakistanis and to my friend AKD. Just want to see, is anybody in the chat? Isa is there as well. My wife is also in the chat. Be safe. Look, I got a shout out to the Pakistanis. They played really well yesterday, and they have a few guys I got to give a star to. I hope I pronounced these names correctly. Don't kill me if I get them wrong, AKD. But one of the star men is Mohammad Rizwan. He had 122 not out. He had 122 runs not out. So great performance by him. And then his teammate had also a great performance. You know what? I can leave them both up there. They did very well. That was Salman Ali Agha. He had 134. So 2 players with over 100 runs in a 50 over game. That's very seldom. So Pakistani batsmen were doing really, really well there. So congratulations to the Pakistanis. You will face New Zealand in the final of that 3 nations competition. Then we move on to Sri Lanka beating Australia. Aussies not doing well, South Africans not doing well, the English not doing well, but the subcontinent of Pakistan, India and Sri Lanka, looks like you've got to be in that time zone to play good cricket at the moment. And they also had a star man, and I hope his name is pronounced right, Chirat Azalanka. And Chirat Azalanka, he gets a star from us because he scored 127 runs. So the batsmen have been doing well. And all these games were played in India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Like Wern would come up for excuses for Mani Labok's kicking, I'm coming up with this. Must be the weather, the humidity. It's the humidity getting to the other boys there. Then India is still dominating England. England haven't won a game in a long time. And also there we had a star man. And that star man's name is Shubman Gill. He had 112. And India just dominating the English. So well done. Well done to the subcontinent. They keep it up. Then we have some darts coming up. This evening is the second round of the second night of the Premier League. Rob Cross will take on Luke Littler. Michael van Gerwen will take on Stephen Bunting. Nathan Aspinall gets to take on the Iceman Gervin Price, and Luke Humphreys and Chris Dobie will fight it out. Let's see who wins this tournament. Last week it was won by Luke Am I right? Yes, Luke Humphreys won it last week. So let's see who comes out on top this week. Darts, always very interesting, and we will do a few live watch-alongs the minute the Premier League starts hotting up. Then, in the beautiful region of Lenzerheide, there is the Biathlon World Championships on at the moment, and they started off yesterday with the mixed team event. And look, the French, they dominated. They were out in front the whole time, followed by the Czech Republic. Surprise, surprise, I didn't see that one happening. And Germany came in 3rd. Norway, very disappointing, 4th spot. Sweden in 5th and Switzerland in 6th. I expect the Norwegians to be a little bit higher, maybe even Sweden. Switzerland, good result for the Swiss. Austria, where's Austria on that list? Austria not even in the top 10. What is wrong with the Austrian winter sports? The only thing you people are good at the moment is jumping off a ramp called ski jumping. Meine Güte. But hey, look, got a shout out to the French team, and they did really well. I'll mention all these people by name. The 2 ladies, there was 2 ladies and 2 men on this team. Julia Simon, she's sensational. Luc Jean Monod, fantastic. I mean, the French team is unbelievable in biathlon. Then Eric Pinault, the young man, a lot of people think he's the next Marathon Foucault. And then Emilia Jacquemart, he kind of made a little bit interesting at the end. He was starting to miss some shots, but yeah, they pulled through. So congratulations. Viva la France, viva la nation. In biathlon, you are Grand Nation. And yeah, have a bucket and a coffee on me this morning, or a croissant. So that is the sports for this morning. A lot of sports this morning. Don't forget, today there is biathlon live. There's skiing live. We're going to have the EuroLeague live. We're going to have the Conference League is out there this evening. So there's a lot of good sports to get into. The US sports is all on a rest except for the ice hockey. So choose whatever you like to watch, and join me tomorrow morning. And don't forget, we are now officially 55 subs away from our grand goal that we have of 25,000. So please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. I will see you tomorrow morning. And don't forget, on Saturday and Sunday, you have your favorite commentator, Wern, will be back, and he will be highlighting some cities again and stuff like that. So join him. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tschüss.